Hey everyone, Wolf Lord Rho here. Before I begin today, a big thank you to Cooper Star Trooper for the virtual gift voucher. Huge thank you, my friend, for the support. It is truly appreciated. Thank you. But on to today. So far this week, we have looked at the initial cause for the downfall of the 8th Legion, the insidious reach of the gods of chaos as they attempt to sway the sons of Kurz, and yesterday, the strife all this has caused within the remnants of the Legion. So now today, we step into the past as we take a look at one of the few characters who perhaps could have held the Legion together, Savitar. Spoiler warning to begin, the events we are discussing today are from the short story Prince of Crows by ADB. As always, I really recommend you read the story for yourself first, as that's the best way to enjoy the lore for yourself. Not only that, we help to support the great Games Workshop and Black Library, because without them, we don't have this amazing lore to talk about. I'll put a link in the description as always. But with that said, let's just jump straight in. Savitar, the former captain of the Atramentar, the first captain of the Night Lord's Legion, one of the most feared warriors in all the Legiones Astartes, ranking alongside the likes of Sigismund and Raldoron, and quite possibly the only person outside Conrad Kurz who could have perhaps held the 8th Legion together after the Primarch's death. When and where he dies is perhaps yet to be revealed as the Siege of Terra series rolls on, as his death is rumoured to have been during the heresy. But when we last saw him, he was still firmly a prisoner of the Dark Angels. Although of course many still hold out hope for this fan favourite to still be alive and return in the current era. And that's a conversation we'll definitely be having. But could Savitar have held the 8th Legion together? Well, we're taking a look at his particular leadership style in undoubtedly my favourite Savitar moment today. Now, this particular scene is set during the Horus Heresy's Framus Crusade, when the Warmaster Horus tasked the Night Lords with tying up the Dark Angels Legion on the far side of the galaxy. And well, they certainly did do just that, until the Lion finally got the better of his brother Kurz. Ambushing the bulk of the Night Lord's fleet, the Dark Angels absolutely devastate the 8th Legion, with the Lion beating Kurz into a coma, inflicting 11 fatal wounds, each of which alone would have killed a normal legionary. The Night Lords only managing to save their Primarch at all by sacrificing countless Marines against the Lion to drive him back, their fleet being given time to flee the onslaught due to the sacrifice of Savitar himself aboard the Night Lord's flagship, the Nightfall, remaining behind to not only evacuate remaining companies of men, but to distract the Dark Angel's fleet, buying time for his fellow captains to escape. And it's after this encounter that we find 3 surviving brother captains meeting amid the darkness to discuss their dire situation. Believing that they are all that remains of the Chiroptera, the Council of Captains, discussing the Primarch's state, they believe it's unlikely he'll recover, one of them even remarking it was a waste of too many lives to recover him. All that remains of them to do is regroup as much of the Legion as they can and counterattack against the Angels. But as they decide this course, a report comes over the Vox. 4 more ships have arrived, including the Nightfall. Savitar survived. He comes alone, but armed, entering the room in true Savitar style, I hope you'll forgive me for being late. There was an ambush. You may have noticed it. Not all of us could just light up our engines and run for deepest black." The other captains greet him, claiming it's good to see him, which of course Savitar doesn't exactly buy. They continue to inform him of their plan to counterattack against the Dark Angel fleet, and that they have mustered 1/20th of the Legion's strength. The rest of the Chiroptera are dead, which is unfortunate. Not in the least because Savitar likes the three of them the least, which he also promptly tells them. And here, amid the sarcasm and the jokes, we get a glimpse of the true leadership Savitar possesses, and the lengths he is willing to go to protect his legion. Savitar smiled. "Am I to assume you brave creatures have devised a plan?" "We have," replied the first brother. "Once the fleet's strength is rebuilt, we will strike back. The question is where?" Savitar tilted his head. "That's your plan?" "It is." The first captain cleared his throat. This moment required a degree of subtlety. "Already," he said, "you are trying to take us down a path we shouldn't walk. You speak of retribution, of counterattacking a foe that has proven they can outmaneuver us." The others hesitated. "Of course. What else would we do?" "We could fight a war we actually have a chance to win instead," Savitar replied. "Run?" asked another. "We have a duty to keep the First Legion engaged here." Savitar raised an eyebrow, though the expression remained hidden behind his faceplate. "At the cost of the Legion, you wish to whore our lives away to slake your frustrated bloodlust at being beaten. There is nothing noble in that, brothers. I won't let you take the Legion to the grave, because you can't admit we lost." Savitar puts the Legion first. For all his wit, he faces the cold hard truth and makes the realistic decisions. For those who think he doesn't care, this showcases that they couldn't be more wrong. Add this to the fact it was he and he alone who took command and stayed behind, making the stand against the Dark Angel's fleet, to save as many of his brothers as he could. They may be murderers all, but they are still his legion. The debate continues with Savitar clearly being at odds with his fellow captains. The others decide upon a vote to choose the right course of action, seeing as Savitar alone opposes their decision to stand and fight. And so it reaches the point Savitar lays it clear for them all. So many pretty words tonight, yet they all miss the point. The Legion is better suited to the shadows until we are ready to strike in force. Then we butcher. Then we taste their blood. The angels just taught us a stern lesson in the foolishness of gathering together in one place and trying to engage in a fair fight. Savitar leaned on a support pillar, crossing his arms over his chest plate as he continued. "I'll be absolutely clear, since you are all so reluctant to take the hint. I will not let you take the Legion back into this war after such a crippling defeat. That's all there is to it. I will take the Atramentar, along with any other companies that choose to stand with me, and rejoin the War Master's fleet. There is nothing more we can do here. And I say that delaying the Dark Angels for almost 3 years is more than long enough. I am finished with the Framus Crusade. I plan to see the real war before the final day dawns. The rest of the Legion should come with me. I may lose my temper if you try to keep fighting this meaningless war." Malifos looked at his brother in raw disbelief for a moment. "Are you mad, Savitar?" "I don't think so. I feel fine." How would you stop us from staying? Asked Varyahan. I'd kill you, of course, but let's hope it doesn't come to that. Emotions are running high, and my spear is all the way over there. He gestured to where it lay on the table. Brother, if you're finished acting the fool, may we focus on the matters at hand? Focus on them all you like. I'm going to see the Primarch with my own eyes, rather than rely on your prattling about his demise. Savitar moved away from the pillar, heading for the sealed bulkhead. Your spear, Savitar. I will be back for it soon enough. Enjoy your discussion, brothers. Now, to me at least, Savitar is making absolute sense here. The Night Lords may stand against the Dark Angels in a fair fight, but they won't win, especially with Curse out of action. It's just not their true style of war. They excel in the ambush. Going straight up against one of the most powerful legions out there, led by one of the greatest warlords of all the Primarchs, it's nothing short of suicide, especially with the losses they've already suffered. Savitar doesn't care for pride or bravado. It's simple necessity in the situation at hand, and for all his mirth in the words he speaks, the threat of killing them is 100% real with Savitar. With Savitar leaving the room, the others remark on removing Savitar from the equation, but their conversation is quickly cut short as the Terminator-armoured Atramentar teleport in, weapons raised. With only Varyahan expecting something, the other two captains are left dead-footed within the room, and with the words, "We have come for you," the two captains meet their end. So perhaps unconventional to any other legion, but there can be no doubt Savitar puts the need of the legion before anything else, and he will do whatever is needed to ensure it is done, even if that means removing his fellow captains. And really, that is a perfect example of why I feel the loss of Savitar is perhaps almost as grave a loss to the 8th Legion as Conrad Kurz himself. But as always guys, what do you think? Do you think Savitar could have held the 8th Legion together? Was his loss as almost detrimental to the Legion as Kurz himself? Or with the loss of their Primarch, was the 8th Legion going to fall to infighting, even with Savitar remaining? Or perhaps was there another member of the Legion who had the skill to hold them together? As always guys, leave your thoughts in the comments below, I love to read them. Huge thank you to all my subscribers, your support truly means a lot to me, it really does. And if you're new, please consider subscribing to help the channel grow. And if you enjoyed this particular vid, then why not drop a like on it too. But with that said, I am off, and I'll see you all again tomorrow for the final day of Night Lords Week.